তোমরা যারা ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড থেকে Erasmus Mundus স্কলারশিপে অ্যাপ্লিকেশনের চিন্তা ভাবনা করছো তাদের জন্য আজকের এই ভিডিও টিউটোরিয়ালটি। আজকের ভিডিওতে আমরা একজন Erasmus Mundus স্কলারকে আমন্ত্রণ জানিয়েছি। তার নাম হচ্ছে নিপুণ রয়। তিনি বর্তমানে Erasmus Mundus জয়েন্ট ইউরোপিয়ান মাস্টার্স ইন ট্রিবিওলজি অফ সারফেস অ্যান্ড ইন্টারফেস এই মাস্টার্স প্রোগ্রামে স্টাডি করছেন এবং তিনি হচ্ছেন সম্পূর্ণ ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডের একজন স্টুডেন্ট। তার কাছ থেকে আজকে আমরা সমস্ত ইনফরমেশন নেব। এই ভিডিওর শেষের দিকে অ্যারোনটিক্যাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং সম্পর্কে কিছু বাস্তব অভিজ্ঞতা প্লাস কিছু হিডেন সিক্রেট সম্পর্কে আলোচনা করা হয়েছে। তোমরা অবশ্যই ভিডিওটি সম্পূর্ণ দেখবে। তাহলে কথা না বাড়িয়ে শুরু করা যাক আজকের এই ভিডিওটি। যারা অলরেডি সাবস্ক্রাইব করেছেন তাদেরকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ, আর যারা এখনো সাবস্ক্রাইব করেননি তারা অবশ্যই চ্যানেলটি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে নেবেন এবং পাশে থাকা বেল আইকনটি অন করে রাখবেন, যাতে করে যে কোনো ধরনের ইনফরমেটিভ ভিডিওস যদি চলে আসে তাহলে আপনি সহজেই পেতে পারেন। আজকের আড্ডাতে আমাদের সাথে গেস্ট হিসেবে আছেন নিপুণ রয়। তো আমি সরাসরি আমাদের গেস্টের কাছে চলে যাচ্ছি। নিপুণ ভাই, ওয়েলকাম টু স্কলারশিপ আড্ডা।
Thanks to everyone who are listening or watching. Can I speak English?
Yes, no problem.
Me, yeah, currently I'm studying in a joint European Masters program, Tribology of Interface and Surfaces, okay, shortly called Tribos. It's also funded by Erasmus Plus program, yeah, just like you, yeah, right? And currently in Leeds, yeah, University of Leeds in the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering. We are pursuing here one semester. I mean, the first semester of our program. The second semester of that program will be in Slovenia, Ljubljana. I mean, in the University of Ljubljana, yeah. And the third semester and fourth, they will be together in one university. That means the last year of this program, of this 2-year program, the last year will be in one country, either in Sweden or in Portugal. It will depend on our performance of the first year, and the rank will go on like that. Okay, so yeah, that's how it is here in Leeds in the UK. And as my background, yeah, I actually studied my bachelor was in aeronautical engineering, especially manufacturing and design of flying vehicles. Okay, and then yeah, a little bit of maintenance too, maintenance work. Yeah, some people can be like maintenance engineer or ASME or ATME, something like that. Okay, and I graduated in 2017 from my bachelor degree, and then I got admission into the Joint Institute of University of Michigan and Shanghai Jiaotong University, yeah, in Shanghai, for a master degree, an MSc program. Actually, it was about aerospace engineering, but politically there was a reason they would not give me the degree in aerospace engineering. They were going to give me a degree in mechanical engineering because there is some political issues between China and USA. Okay? So that's the reason. So that was fine, yeah. So actually, when I was in my bachelor, I wanted to be a researcher. I mean, a professor. Okay, so I went to an academic master degree to University of Michigan Joint Institute. But when I was completing my master's in University of Michigan, I found that something else also I like to do. For example, working in a company, or maybe actually it came from a perspective. Perspective is like, if you become a researcher, you do not have much time to enjoy. Okay, you'll be working so hard and so much pressure on you. Okay, so I wanted to get relief from that. So thinking that I came to Bangladesh actually in 2019 to my home. I mean, to stay for about some months. Actually, I wasn't sure how many months, and then the coronavirus, I mean, this pandemic came over. So it took at least 1 year. I think almost more than 1 year. I guess 1 year, 2 or 3 months. I was in Bangladesh, and on that time, as it was my plan that I would go either for PhD degree or something, but not in China. Okay, for something in somewhere in the world, but not in China. So then I applied in Australia, some universities like UNSW and University of Sydney, University of Adelaide, yeah, for PhD actually, for PhD program. Actually, I applied for research program in master's degree by research, something like that. But the professors who I contacted them, he told me apply for PhD. You are qualified for PhD degree. So I just directly applied for the PhD. But what happened during the pandemic time? The Australian government, they stopped giving visa. For the students. Also in the USA. So I had to leave USA and Australia. And then I also knew about Erasmus program, but not this Erasmus program. I actually, when I was in bachelor, I used to think about EWEM. Is actually another Erasmus program funded by the Erasmus Plus, but is not this program. That was EWEM means like European wind energy, something like that. Okay, especially for aerospace engineers and wind turbine technology engineers. Okay, but then later on I came to know from that search. I used to search about EWEM, and then I got to know you, of course. Yeah, we are talking. I saw your post. Yeah, and then I said, okay, maybe this can be another very like enjoyable program or journey, like, because it's a mobility program, right? We get to travel all the places in Europe, I guess. So yeah, so that's why I thought maybe this can be a place or a program that I can enjoy myself, especially not to going like Michigan. Research and classes, that was tough. Okay, so and then after that I did not go to Australia or USA just for my PhD. I came here to UK and trying to complete my second MSc. Actually, this is my second MSc. Okay. And what else? These are my backgrounds. Okay. Anything else?
Okay, thank you so much, brother. I have another question. Is that could you tell me about the Erasmus Mundus scholarship program in brief?
You mean my program?
Yes.
Or the whole?
Your program is also fine.
Yeah, like my program is like tribology of surface and interfaces, TRIBOS, shortly called. It's actually about like the lubrication and the oil field chemistry of a petroleum system or something like that. And lubrication means lubrication in the engines or in any mechanical systems, okay, that are working in any environment, underwater, or in the surface, or in the environment, like above the surface. So lubrication, and also designing the mechanical systems, like material selections, manufacturing process, all kind of these things. It's based on all these things. Okay, and after that we can either go to like work as a material engineer, or we can do PhD. We can pursue our PhD degree from maybe you can guys you may hear about that, green tribology. There is a sustainable program, I think, run by also Erasmus, right?
Yes.
Yeah, if you get that path, for your PhD, every year they take at least 10-12 PhD candidates. Okay. So this is all about tribos. And if you want to know more, I think you can just go to that ESCEA catalog, and down below there is the tribos, like in the section T. Yeah.
Okay. Could you tell me about your scholarship amount? How much money will you receive after getting this scholarship?
Okay, it's total is the contract is for 47,000 euro total for 2 years. 24 months. Each month you get 1,000 euros for your living allowance, and another 7,000 is like your travel cost. 6,000 for travel cost, 1,000 for installation cost. Okay, and the rest it goes to the university for your tuition fees. Something like 16,000. Yeah.
Okay, that means it's a full funded scholarship. And
of course, full funded and everything with stipend. Yeah.
So could you tell me, how did you know about this scholarship? Like how did you get the news of applying this scholarship? Because there are a lot of people still doesn't know about this scholarship.
Actually, you know what? Technically speaking, I studied my bachelor in China. So and also in the University of Michigan. So about the technology and information, I am quite used to it. I know how to get information and where to get it, right? So I just searched in online, and in the internet you can find anything. Not like the typical Bangladeshi student. Sometimes they just they know how to get it, but they just feel like concerned or shy to search it. I think something like that, okay? But I don't know the specific word for them. So, but I searched it myself, and yeah, I found it, and I checked every single how to say the program in the catalog. I mean, in that Erasmus catalog, especially the science and engineering background ones. No, not the others like arts or humanity or commerce. So after that, yeah, I saw like which one relates. I mean, which one is the best one to relate with my background and my interest, right? So then I found at least okay, how many? 3 or 4 programs, but you cannot apply for more than 3, right? So I applied in 3. Actually, I got selected by 2. I also was selected by FAME class in France. I guess Grenoble or something like that. Yeah, Grenoble University. Okay, and but I actually liked that one just because it was related to my research work. That's why. But this one is like everything, my research and my study all together. But the other one is not about my study; it's just my research work. So that's why I left that one, came here. And the other one, they said, "Hi, we cannot afford you." I mean, the third one, okay, is because I'm working in aerospace field, and they don't work for the aerospace field. They were like for something like mechanical engineering or a very very general thing. Okay? So that's why they didn't take me, because I was for aerospace. Yeah, that's all about these programs in here.
Okay.
And every year new programs are added. The programs finishes as the project finishes. Yeah, that's right. So it's like updated, I think, every year.
So
you must
that means every year we have to check for different subject, because as we know, Erasmus Mundus program has the highest 3 years. Like they provide scholarship maximum for 3 years for a
project through at least 3 or 4, maximum 4 years.
Yes.
I don't think
every year they introduce new program.
Yeah, exactly.
Erasmus Mundus, especially for engineering. So could you tell me the eligibility perspective or the selection criteria for this scholarship, or how can we prepare for making us eligible for the scholarship?
For engineering students, for like me, or for my program, it's like 50% your background. Your background contains 50% of the chances to get selected, okay? And then 20% is your SOP, a statement of purpose, and 20% is your CV, okay? And 10% is your IELTS. IELTS score is like it has to be above 6.5, no less than 6 in each category.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I think a numerical portion of getting a chance into tribals. But actually, for overall, just overall comment is like, yeah, your background, of course, it goes for 50%, right? Everything is all about, and then how you present it, like your CV and your SOP, right?
Yes.
How you present yourself, your background into one piece of paper, like 2-3 pages or 4 pages, 5 pages, right? That is your CV. And also how your interest correlates with the program's interest, right? That is your SOP. So yeah, that's how it works. And of course, IELTS, you must study in English. The language and the medium is English, so they must know your English level. The level of your fluency and your understanding in English, right?
Yeah. Okay. So could you tell me about the deadline for the application, as well as the document required for this scholarship?
For the scholarship, you have to apply with your academic transcripts, certificates, and of course passports. Also with SOP, CV, and recommendation letters. Okay, what else? And the deadline is usually, last year it was like 10th January. Okay, January the 10th. I don't know about this year. So you have to check it. It usually opens from October 15th to January 10th or 15th, something like that.
Okay. So could you tell me, how did you prepare for this scholarship? Like, based on your experience or background, what helped you most?
You mean for this scholarship?
Yeah, this scholarship or overall your master's level or PhD level application?
Okay, in my mindset, I have this. I put it in this way. Like I set a criteria for myself to go anywhere in the world to pursue higher studies. Okay, so I put it in during the bachelor time. Okay, so I took it in this way that I have to have a very deep knowledge about what I'm doing and what I am learning. Okay, so that's how I went to research. Okay, and then I also try to study the things, the materials, the learning materials quite as much as I can, quite deeply. Okay, so from that point, I try to make myself like so that I become someone that the recruiter, the people who are dealing with this thing, who are judging the consortium especially, so they cannot get rid of me. They will have a comment on me at least. Yeah, so that's how I tried to build myself, my career. Okay. So I went to research, I tried to publish papers, and I tried to make my GPA, CGPA higher as much as I could. Yeah. So that's it. Basically, that's what you need to get in the academia. Especially in academia. I don't know about working in a company. Also in working in a company, right? Yeah, and also knowing things, what you are doing. Yeah, so that's what it is. It's pretty simple. You don't need to worry too much about these things or what it is required. They only need your capability. Right?
Okay. So how many publications did you have?
More or less is 8 or 9, I guess. Yeah. I have to count. Okay.
Yeah, definitely a very good researcher. That's good. So, could you give us some suggestion for the student from engineering background, like what particular side they can focus on in terms of application?
Actually, for mechanical engineering and engineers like us, aeronauticals, actually they need to focus on the manufacturing side. Like, for example, how the working mechanism, to know the working mechanism of something, how it works. Okay, and how it can be manufactured, and what will be the materials for it, and what is the difference between the materials. Okay, it's not one option for you to choose one material, because in the world, like 1,000 or maybe more than that exists. Okay, so you need to know very specific things of them and how to define those things, like the basic criteria for them to define it. So you need to know all this background. For example, not only attending the class and just following the PPTs. When they give you the reading list or some extra reading materials, you should look into those things too, so that you can have more clear vision of what the teacher is teaching you. Okay. Yeah, that's what it means. And then so that you can enlighten yourself with the materials or the thing you are learning too, right? Yeah. And especially if you have to be focused on what you are learning. It's not that, okay, I'm going to this school is because someone wants it, like your parents or something like that. If you are interested in, then focus on what you are learning materials and the learning subjects or the majors. If it is mechanical, then there are like mechanical design, mechanical material selection and analysis, and something like that, right? These courses, the basic, the main, or you can say major courses. You have to focus on that area, and then you can think about that, like what area I can work on in the future, or what area has a very good potential in the future. Then you can focus on that particular direction, more, so that you get to know more about it, and in the future what you can do if you like to, right? Yeah.
Another question is, how did you apply this Erasmus Mundus scholarship? Like, did you follow some online procedure, or did you have to send some documents to the university? So could you tell us details?
It's actually, you click on the Tribos section, in the catalog, like you click on the home, of Tribos, then they will lead you to the home website of Tribos program. And in the website program, there is like all the sections. For example, apply, information about the program, home, FAQ, question and answer, that these sections, and even the pictures or some information from the previous cohorts. Okay, so you can get everything you need on the website of Tribos, and there is that blog, like we say, is apply. So you click on that, and then you can do everything. I mean, you don't need to send any document through an email or anything else, except if they don't ask you. Okay. They might ask you about, for example, if you get selected, then they might ask you maybe for example, for this application or some other reason, they might ask you like, do you know what is that? Police clearance certificate? Yeah, they might ask you that one, but later. That one will come later. That one they will ask by email, okay, or any sort of documents like that. They will ask by email. For example, if you get selected by this program, then the University of Leeds will judge your documents, and then they will ask if they need something more, or even if they need more clarification. Then they will ask by it, and there will be another what is it called? Another website or catalog that they have. I mean, University of Leeds has already. So they will ask through that, and you will have to log in and open an account. But that is after you get selected by the program of tribology.
Okay.
So basically, by email, yeah.
So basically, user, you have to go to the individual Erasmus Mundus scholarship program's website. On this specific website, you will find a specific option how to apply or admission section. There you will find each of the information you need, and you will find a link to apply by online. You don't have to send any documents to the university, or you don't have to contact with the university. You just have to focus on the website you are given from the Erasmus Mundus catalog. So this is a very easy process and very easy to apply. So another question I want to ask you, because as you are from aeronautical engineering background, so could you give some suggestion for the students who are studying in aeronautical engineering, because they are facing very much trouble about finding master's program related to aeronautical engineering, or how could you give them some advice?
Actually, but I have to define two groups of aeronautical engineers. Okay, like for example, if you study in China, it's a different group. If you study in Bangladesh, it's a different group. Okay, so because why I'm saying this, in China you learn how to design and manufacture it. Okay, but in Bangladesh you learn how to maintain it. It's as far as I know. Okay, so it's like two different directions of aeronautical engineers. So if you are in these two different directions, then for the people who study in China, they can apply for any major, like based on aerospace engineering or aeronautical engineering in Chinese universities. Like they have many, especially in Nanjing, I mean my university, and also this Beijing University of Aeronautics and Astronautics. Also Harbin Institute of Technology, they also have. Tsinghua also have. Also, who else? Shanghai Jiaotong, of course, but I don't think they have in English. Shanghai Jiaotong, yeah, they have, but in Chinese, okay? They don't have in English. And also this Northwestern Polytechnic Polytechnical University or something like that, okay? In Xi'an, somewhere there, right? You might know it, yeah. And also in Shenyang, yeah, there is one.
Shenyang Aerospace Engineering.
If you want to apply for, like in the US or in Australia or in Europe, there are subjects like you can come to aerospace engineering from aeronautical engineering. It's pretty easy, and you should come to aerospace engineering if you have a bachelor in aeronautical engineering, because it's more elaborate and there is no difference. Okay, no one will question you, why did you go to there? I mean, it's quite safe, and especially in Europe, aerospace degrees are more than aeronautical degrees. I mean, for masters only. So for the people like who are from Bangladesh, like for maintenance only, actually I'm not sure. Maybe Canada and US would be better. I mean, they might have a look, but Europe and China and Australia, they are not good for maintenance engineering. I mean, Canada and US provide more how to say, like more practical and technical work, workshop or something like that. So they should look into those two countries. Yeah, one of my friends went to Canada just to learn this, like this maintenance engineering thing of aeronautical engineer. So that's right. But the thing is, like, if you become a maintenance engineer, it will be easy for you to get a job. Okay, that's true. If you are looking for a job, but if you come to like aerospace engineering, then you will have to be in the academia, like let's do PhD or something else, because the job field is a bit of narrow.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so now let's talk about your UK life. When did you arrive, or you are living in Manchester, right?
Right now I'm in Leeds.
Okay. So how's your UK life? Could you tell something?
UK life is so cool. You know what? Actually, before coming here, I was in Bangladesh, and you know it, like how life is in Bangladesh. I don't want to say it to Bangladeshi people, okay? Okay, so because in my home, like I was living in my hometown, like in Barishal, okay, in the village, the internet network, it's just, I don't want to say it, okay, because although it's my home, right? So the life is like totally different, okay? It's totally different. Here I get everything, whatever you want to, whatever I need. For example, home and appliances, also the internet, also the money, of course. The money matters, right? So the life, and also this city is like beautiful. I don't want to compare it with Bangladesh because they are two different countries, but the life in Leeds is different, and it's beautiful because I don't know why they made it. Maybe they made it beautiful, or it is beautiful. That's why I like it. Yeah, it's so nice. There is no air pollution or sound pollution here, and of course it's not dirty that much like how it is in Dhaka. Yeah, and also the food. Yeah, of course there is no problem with the food because I live in a house with few of Bangladeshi students who also, one of them are doing a PhD in University of Leeds. He is a professor of Khulna University. So so we can cook our own food. So it is not a matter. And I was living outside Bangladesh, so I'm used to eat any kind of food. In the world. So food is not a problem for me. One problem is the temperature. It's too cold. Sometimes I feel bad when I go out. Okay. I think it's enjoyable. Of course, it's enjoyable. It's and you can go anywhere to visit at any time because from Leeds to London it takes only 2 hours. Okay, by train. Okay, so you can get to any point of the UK. So it is pretty, quick, and also cheaper sometimes. But sometimes it's expensive if the time matters. For example, during some festivals or something like that.
So I would like to ask you another question: is that students are willing to study in China, especially for aeronautical engineering? Could you give some advice or pros and cons about studying in China, especially in aeronautical engineering? Could you suggest them?
So first of all, you have to decide one question, like why do you want aeronautical engineering? The job field is always narrowed than mechanical engineers, right? If you have a degree from mechanical engineering, then you can work at anywhere. In Bangladesh or in anywhere, okay? But if you study aeronautical engineering, especially the design and manufacturing, there is no chance to work in Bangladesh, 0%. And then, you may have may have chances to work in the airport. The airport has a lot of options, and a lot of jobs options, okay? But to Bangladesh, to get the job, I think is somehow quite difficult. I don't know, okay? Because I never tried. But my friends, they work, and there are a lot of jobs, okay? Especially in Bangladesh, because my friend told me he works in US Bangla Airlines. You might hear about it, right? US Bangla Airlines. He works, and there are a lot of vacancies. The job position. Many students can join, but I don't know how long will it be empty. Okay, so students may have options into those private and Bangladesh Biman, like our government airlines. And the one thing is that if you study in China, then you need to focus on the design and manufacturing, especially in my university. And they might have a degree based on maintenance engineering. I don't know, maybe in some other universities. Then you have to know it very clearly. Okay, so what you are doing. And if you study in aeronautical engineering, then you have to consider another thing. Do you have much money to spend? For example, if you can get a bachelor degree from China, then you can go somewhere else, like let's say USA and Canada, to get the master degree in any category of aeronautical engineering. Let's say in aircraft control, airport control or something like that. Okay, I mean a little bit divert or not specifically the aeronautical engineering. Aeronautical engineering, they have many sections. Okay, maintenance is like one section. So you can go into many sections, and you can go to Canada. Especially Canada is cheaper than USA. Okay, and it's easy to get the admission, I guess, for Bangladeshi students. Okay, and there are a lot of training schools and in the USA universities are more, but they are more expensive, okay, than Canada. So these two countries will be much better. And to the UK also, there is one university in like what is it, Cranfield, something like that. Yeah, you can get many aeronautical subjects like management of some airport management, something like that. Airport management and some other interesting topics. You can pursue your master degree, and the jobs are quite easy for that particular subject, not specifically the design and manufacturing one. Okay, because I saw some professors, and I have some friend from this Cranfield University and some students too, and I saw they studied bachelor in aeronautical engineering somewhere else, not in the UK. Okay, maybe in Spain, in Germany, or in China. Then they came to UK to pursue masters from that Cranfield University in majoring in airport management. Okay, and then they got the job. I mean, pretty easy. It was pretty easy. I don't know why. Maybe they were so brilliant, or they worked so hard. Could be that. Okay, but they got job in British Airlines. British Airways and Lufthansa. Yeah, but of course, always it will be like you have to work hard. Okay. It's not easy. There are a lot of applicants, and those companies are not very easy. Okay, so if you're from Bangladesh, you have to know that. Anyone from Bangladesh.
So another question is from me, which I'm curious about it.
Yeah.
Like, there are some college in our Bangladesh, they offer aeronautical engineering training. So do you know about something that those college providing a good degree, or is it okay? Is it worth it to study there?
Actually, it depends on the person too. Okay. The degrees universities in Bangladesh, they give. Can I tell you my personal opinion?
Okay, sure, it's no problem.
For me, I wouldn't go to. I would leave a study. Okay, I would not study anything rather going to Bangladeshi universities to study aeronautical engineering. That's my opinion for me. Okay, but because I want to learn something, very like world class things. Okay, I want to be very specific on this, like something that everyone accepts in the US or in everywhere. But what happens in Bangladesh, most of the degrees are there for the the license for maintenance engineers. Okay, they are specific for maintenance engineers. Okay, I don't need license. I'm not maintenance engineer. Okay, so they provide this engineering certificates, not certificate, license actually, B1 and B2, something like that. So for that, if you want to get a license on that, then you can go. But if you want a degree in aeronautical engineering, a specialty in, for example, design and manufacturing, or maybe some other things, or maybe flying, then you should go out, like let's say China or maybe some other countries.
Okay. So
I do not trust Bangladesh universities. To be frank with you.
Okay. I have
learn something. If you want to learn something. But if you want to get a degree, then it's fine. Okay, you just get a degree. It's your parents' wish or someone else's wish. You are just getting it, right? Then it's okay. But if you want to learn something, then go somewhere else.
Okay.
It can be even India. India has better option for aerospace and aeronautics. Yeah.
Is it possible to become a pilot after graduated from aeronautical engineering? Is it possible?
Yeah. Of course it has. It's possible, and it's good. The people of the flying school, they will accept you. Eagerly, because you already have a degree from aeronautics. background, right? So they know you know most of the basic things about the flying. So they'll be happy to see you, because, for example, after A level, do you know what is A level? Like from 12, okay? After 12, most of the pilots, they went to training. I mean, pilot training school. So most of them, they do not have bachelor degree in aeronautical engineering. Actually, it's like 99% they don't have. Okay, so maybe they were majoring in something else. To be in science, I mean, from science group in O level and A level, like in SSC and HSC. Then they went to the training school. One of my junior students, from my university, he's Indian, so he got the degree from bachelor degree from my university in aeronautical engineering. Then he went back to the India and learned pilot, and then he got license of passenger piloting. I mean, pilot of a passenger plane. So yeah, so it was. I mean, I don't know which airlines, but it was easy for him to get everything. So that would be better. But the thing is the money. Okay, you have to spend, the double, because if you go for piloting, it's also expensive, and if you go for aeronautical engineering degree, it's also expensive. So you have to think about it. You can go directly to that, and you can go, come after that.
Okay. That was really a transparent discussion with you. Could you tell me the last one about our Facebook group, Scholarship Abroad Bangladesh, Scholarship Abroad for Bangladeshi student, and especially for our YouTube channel, Scholarship Abroad Bangladesh? Could you make some comment about this channel?
Yeah, it was helpful. Your videos. I saw which one about making the CV in the Europass template. Yeah, I watched that one. You remember? I asked you one question to clarify that. Yeah, that one was nice. And did I watch another one? I don't remember, but maybe I saw your channel. That was nice. That was like so clear. But it was like you are explaining, taking a bit more time. You could have made it shorter. But it's okay. It's for the freshers, right? Yeah, then it's fine. Okay, so that they can understand very easily. But still, I guess some students, they still have questions about it. So I think they can ask directly in the Facebook, right? If they have any questions related to your YouTube channel, or even in the YouTube, they can ask, right?
Yeah.
So if you ask them, I think I guess that would be fine. But one suggestion for the students, the applicants who wants it, okay, I would tell them to be proactive. We are lacking this activity, activeness very, very much, okay? From the nation of Bangladesh, okay? We do not want to try something new. I don't know, because of fear, I don't know, or maybe no idea, okay? But I have seen that they do not want to look for or search for a very simple question. They would like to ask it, okay? It's not something that we are, not you and me, not only you and me, all the people who are already here or somewhere in the PhD level or anywhere, right? We go through some certain kind of pressures too, right? We have our own work and other works, right? So it's not, we can answer every time for one question to many students, right? So it's better if we answer it once and everyone can see it. I think you can get help. Not you and me. The applicants, they can get help from anybody, like you, me, others. Yeah, that's what I meant about these channels. Okay, because you are in Erasmus Mundus, that's a scholarship group too, right?
Yeah.
They have like pinned some of the posts, like initial posts, but still the students, the applicants, they do not see that. They are like asking repeatedly the same questions, and it is very difficult for the people who are running this page, right, to answer the same questions every year, because the applications are new in every year, right? So it's like it becomes rigorous too. So that's what I meant. It's not, we don't feel bad, but it's like, yeah, it's taking our time, and sometimes we miss it, right? They have to be familiar with the internet, especially the websites, like to know where to find information, where to go.
So viewers, this was our discussion about Erasmus Mundus Scholarship for Engineers. So hope this tutorial will be helpful for you. So thank you so much, Nipon Roy, for your valuable time, and thank you so much all to visit this channel, and we will see you soon.
ভিডিওটি ভালো লাগলে অবশ্যই লাইক দিবেন, শেয়ার করবেন, এবং আপনাদের যদি কোনো প্রকার প্রশ্ন অথবা মতামত থেকে থাকে তাহলে অবশ্যই আমাদেরকে কমেন্ট বক্সে জানাবেন। আমরা চেষ্টা করব আপনাদেরকে 24 ঘন্টার মধ্যে রিপ্লাই দেওয়ার। আপনাদের সাথে নেক্সট টিউটোরিয়ালে দেখা হচ্ছে ইনশাআল্লাহ।